to the journey of enlightenment. I am your host, Dr. Gopaul. We have been discussing some critical elements of the Ramayana. We have reached the point where Ravan had kidnapped Sita, and we began our discussion last week at looking at Sita as either a victim, a damsel in distress, or as a heroine. And in our discussion, we looked at the background of Sita, a princess that married into the Solar dynasty, the kingdom of Ayodhya, to Shri Ram, a great prince, a great warrior. We know that Princess Sita came from a background where she was exposed to a life of luxury, with servants at her command, with palaces at her beck and call. Yet Sita showed the courage, the bravery to endure a forest life. Her tenacity showed that she was willing to endure a life of sacrifice, yet not one day complained, not one day looked to retreat back to the palace, but instead held so strong and true to Dharma, to duty, no matter what the circumstances were. Sita did not display fear, nor did she display any thought of retreat, but instead she gave companionship to Lord Ram. She gives support to Ram, and Ram himself gives support to her. Sita was by no means this damsel in distress, but instead showed acute leadership qualities as a woman. We continue our discussion today with my good friend, my brother, Bhaiya, Professor Kamal Misra, Professor of Sanskrit and Manuscriptology, University of Calcutta, author of over 15 books in the related fields. I am very proud to have you again today, Professor Misra. I'm very happy that you are joining me in this most relevant question of women in our society and the role of that Shakti, that power, that feminine divine in our lives. Thank you for joining me.
And namaskar to all our brothers and sisters of Caribbean. My heartfelt thanks to you to giving me opportunity to share my ideas, share my values with you, and through you for whole Caribbean. So I'm extending my warm greetings to all of you. Now the subject, the Shri Shakti, the women power. And I just want to give one word, not only power, it's women elegance, women dignity, women intellectuality, women fineness are very important. If just imagine, I'm sharing with all of you, just imagine, if women is not there, then whole world will not be there. The women is not there, the man will be not there. The man is not there, women will be not there. It means they have a parallel force, equality. We have to accept first, then recognize, and then act. Not only accept for ourselves, for our dream world. No, you have to act. You have to act for grace. We have to act for elegance. We have to act for equal status for men and women both.
Absolutely.
Because our Sanatan Hindu traditions always reflect the concept of Ardhanarishwar in theory and in practice also. Even in astrological way or astronomical way, the human body have a two part. One is dominated by sun and one part is dominated by moon. So the nadi, the pranayam, all kind of things. So whole human body, even the male body or a female body, doesn't matter. But the human body as a whole are divided, are united with the influence of moon, with the influence of sun. This is very clear cut in our concept. First thing. Second things, I am so grateful to you, sir, that you have, last time you have given your book Ramayana 75 inspirational verses for modern use. You know, I just sharing my insight west. After reading this book, I have a lot of questions in my mind. Because the student of Sanskrit, I was just shocked, astonished. You know, in Ramayana, more than lakh slokas, and I did not slept 1 week. Because this books is in my behind my, always in my hand, always in my side. Because the books is there, knowledge is there. If knowledge is not there, I am nowhere. This is very simple concept. So my question was, I was little bit disturbed. Why the huge, more than lakhs important slokas of Ramayana? How come you and Madam Anita have chosen only 75? What is the mystery behind the in these 75s? That is the important. And that give the opportunity to understand why 75, why these 75 are important. So I must congratulate Madam Anita, who helped me throughout and core up from her heart. And both of you tried to present it through these 75 shlokas from Ramayana, who inspire our society, who inspire our world, who inspire our eras. And these 75, you know better than me, because but I presume it's a very difficult task. So out of lakhs, you just pick only 75s, and this 75s really itself a gem, itself a marble, itself a gold, and where madam's perspective as a woman and male's perspective as a user, and both combined it beautifully to explore the situations and bring out the best to motivate the society as a whole, to make it beautiful, make it meaningful, make it underline in the history. These 75 are very important slokas for modern era, for each and every one, no matter what's caste, what religion. These are universal fact, universal theories.
Yes, thank you very much. In fact, when Anita and I started looking at Ramayana and Yudhyakan in particular, we brought into it our unique perspective, as you rightfully said, that Ramayana has over 100,000 verses, over 1 lakh. And it was not an easy task identifying 75 verses that we would use. But that's the beauty in that male-female balance, or as we know as a yin and yang process, that balance in everything that we do to bring that perspective of the female perception, the male perception, the feminine divine, the male divine, into what we offer to this world, what we offer to society, and how that feminine and masculine divinity brings our world into this harmony that we rightfully should exist in. And that being said, Professor G, as we reflect again on Ramayana and that role between Shri Ram and Sita, we have also seen it in Narayan and Lakshmi, Vishnu and Lakshmi. And as we know that Ram himself is an incarnation of the god Vishnu. But we have also seen it in Shiva and Parvati. That balance is there. In your perspective, why is that feminine divine always in the presence of that male divine? What is this Shakti to Shiva?
You know, without Shakti, there is no existence of Shiva. Shiva, if you write in Sanskrit, Shiva, Sha, Talabusha, E ki matra. This is the E, the vowel E is important here. You understand? Linguistically, I am just explaining. E symbolizes Shakti. If you remove E from Shiva, Shiva will convert it into Shava. Shava means take one. So Ikar symbolizes feminine, divine, power and grace. And in our tradition, as we earlier discussed, the feminine divine grace is a guiding force for our society. In our tradition, in our Hindu tradition, we always give big hats, big positions to women in our traditional scriptures. Whatever, you can Ved, you, Quran, Mahabharata, Ramayana, women is always superior position. Even you, Atharved, you read the Prithvi Shukta. Why Prithvi Shukta? Prithvi is reflected to the women. So, women are so important. And not only women needs man. Women needs support. Women needs recognition. Women needs public recognition, not the under the table recognition. And men have a duty. In present society, I am just explaining. In culture, women and men are superior. But in society, in present days, some kind of difficulties here.
In our present society, there's an imbalance that is taking place, where the female is not given that proper recognition and reverence.
So reverence and recognition for a woman is must. And we should start from our own life, from home also. Because you see the women doing services throughout day and night, 24/7. But indirectly, we have everything, we have a society, we have a family, we have a house, we have a car, everything. But in her name, what you are giving, what we are giving to women, in which way we are giving to recognition, in public recognition. I am not calling you, I'm personal recognition, I don't like. Because if you are not giving public recognition, you are not giving the personal recognition.
Because we have seen so many situations, Professor, where women are called, she's unemployed, she's just a housewife. But there's no concept of just a housewife.
No.
Because the woman works.
Woman
a wife works.
Wife works.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling. So women should get recognition as a position.
Yes.
Man should give a position to women, position to his own women, his own wife.
Yes.
Not only, oh, she is my wife, it's okay, everything is okay. No, 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 no.
Because
It's
a
not
wife
work.
is a full-time job.
Yeah, wife
A
is a full-time.
mother is a full-time
Yes.
job.
And you give proper word, proper recognition, proper position, and according to the position, you can give the wealth also. Then she feels, yeah, my husband is recognizing, revering my own ability.
Because as a wife and as a mother,
Yeah.
she's making a priceless contribution to the
Priceless.
building of that family.
Yeah.
And
No.
therefore should be recognized for that.
Yes. And you see her struggle, her conflict, her situations. I was totally, when I see, I thought, why women are not getting the real recognition, and it starts from home.
Absolutely.
It starts from the society. We will do for the social service. We don't go to social service. You just fix yourself first.
Yes.
Then you go to social service. So women are so important. Women needs equal opportunity.
Yes.
Women needs equal position.
Yes.
And fortunately, we all Indians, we all Hindu traditions, believer, seeker, our honorable president of India is a woman from a very grassroots level.
Yes.
Not from the here and there.
Yes.
So very grassroots level.
Yes.
She has her journey is full of pain, full of ideas, full of things, and we are grateful that our honorable president is such a woman who is leading. And I believe, you see, mark my word, our president will motivate whole women in the world.
Absolutely. Yes.
Get it power, get it empowered.
Yes.
So these are the things.
Now, there is an important point here. We as male set the trend, the example, the mentorship for the younger males in our society. It might be our sons, our nephews, or the children in our villages, our communities. And the way that we treat our women will set that example for the younger ones to follow. That is what they would learn. That is what they will mimic. If as men we do right by our women, we give them that reverence, that respect, that recognition, our younger ones will follow suit. In fact, Professor Mishra has been doing some research in the writings of Kalidas. For those of you who are not so familiar with the writings of Kalidas, which is very popular Indian literature, I will just ask Professor Mishra to give us a little insight into what these texts are and the role that it played in Indian society, and then we will discuss the authorship.
Yeah. The first thing, the Indian society or literature or tradition, whatever, the narratives are very important. And the narrative traditions in India are very important. Even Veda is a narrative tradition.
Yes.
Later on in the text came. So, according to the narratives, the Vidyotma, she was a princess, she was a learned princess and devotee of Lord Shiva from Varanasi. Her father name was King Shankaranand of Varanasi. That's clear.
So, this princess, Vidyotoma, she was princess of Kashi, which is modern day what we call Varanasi. Yes.
Yeah. So, she was, Vidyotma was a learned princess of Kashi, daughter of King Sharda. That is one. Her husband name is Kalida. They have a lot of story, lot of narratives. That's how she becomes, their marriage comes. But she always tried her husband should be learned person.
So,
And learned person.
Kalidas was not a learned man.
No. No, this is a story, a small story. Just I am brief giving the idea. So, Princess Vidyotma was learned from by birth and excelling her life through the knowledge and wisdom. All kind of wisdom, knowledge, Veda, Purana, so everything is there. So she wanted, when her age comes a marriageable age, she wanted to marry a man who is a learned man. So she asked her father, who will defeat in a discussion, academic discussion or a spiritual discussion.
Yes.
And I am defeated by whom, I will marry to him also.
Right.
Otherwise, I will not marry. So this is the terms and conditions.
Yes.
So lot of the father has organized a discussion podium and all kind of things. But whoever came, all are defeated by her because she was a learned princess.
Yes.
So all the pundits who was defeated by her, they felt insulted. So just to teach a lesson to her,
Yes.
they saw a man who is sitting in a branch of a tree and cutting that particular branch, not only tree, particular branch. And if the branch is cut,
He will fall.
And
Yes.
die. So so she is a great example of unsound mind.
Yes.
But the merit is what? Merit is the man was a handsome.
Oh.
And this is the weakness of our society.
Yes.
Handsome man, presentable man. It is so-called words running around in our society. So pundits all giving the good idea and give the message to King Shardanand in our territory. A great pandit came, and he is his brother, Mauna brother. He is not going to speak 3 months. He's not going to speak 3 months. So like this. So but starts. So princess was eagerly waiting about the great Mauna brother Sadhu, and the great learned man came to in our place. So discussion started. So I'm not going to the story. Another time I will go to the story. So she was defeated by mistake.
Yes.
But the first night, the mystery opened. He was full. But by that time, the divorce is that concept was.
So she was full. Can't she realize she was full?
She was full. Yes. Immediately she realized after the marriage. Because you know the truth is truth.
Yes.
You can't hide the truth.
Correct.
You can't hide the truth. So, hold the 7 works in the name of Mahakavi Kalidasa. The portrait of the solar dynasty, the queen, princess, the elegance, the dressing sense, the wisdom, all are superb, predicted and described in the whole text. The question arises, and in Indian tradition, in Sanatan tradition, in Hindu tradition, any auspicious work, if we do, we remember our God, we remember our Ishtadeva, particular God and goddesses.
Yes.
So every 7 works started with the prayer of Lord Shiva and Parvati.
Now she was princess of Kashi.
Kashi.
And Lord Shiva is the deity, the god of Kashi.
Yeah.
Yes.
True. And Kalidasa, his name is Kalidasa, the devotee of servant of goddess Kali.
Yes.
If Kalidasa is okay, I have no problem. Kalidasa, the servant or devotee of goddesses Kali, is okay, but he should have a moral responsibility to give the prayer, invocation prayer, in the name of Lord Kali, in all 7 works, in the starting of the 7 works.
Yes.
But unfortunately, missing. What is this? The praise of Lord Shiva and Parvati. So it defines, it goes, this indicates the through Lord Shiva and Parvati, through Kasi, Vidyotma, Princess Vidyotma, Vidushi Vidyotma, the learned princess of Kasi is everywhere
Yes.
as a hidden author.
So it just shows the importance of giving women that recognition.
That's why I have given the question, who is the real author? Mahakavi Kalidasa or Vidushi Vidyotma, learned princess of Kasi? So I have given the all systematic examples, all the systematic internal evidences, all the systematic logics.
I look forward to you returning where we discuss this book in so much more detail.
Yeah.
And as we summarize, we go back to Sita Mata and recognize that Sita Mata was certainly not that damsel in distress.
Yes, yes.
A great hero, a great leader.
Yes, yes. Sita Ram. Even the Ram, the adjective Ram is glorifying due to Sita. If Sita is not there, Ram is not be glorified.
Yes.
So we should remember and we should give the highest regards to Sita Mata, and through Sita Mata we should give the recognition, respect, reverence to all women in our life.
Yes, indeed. So as I end today's journey of enlightenment, I bid it to all of you, Sitaram.
Sitaram.